Hello, everyone. Welcome today to something that we have for you exciting. It's our Me First movement, and we've made a toolbox, and we're putting in each week a tool for you to use to help you see how we are using this campaign to show people that me first is very important. So we have Stephanie Weens here today, and she's a mom of two. She's been in this health industry for like 13 years. She was recently introduced to taking care of herself, and that is so important for all of us to understand. And as for myself, like it's a big deal too, right? Because sometimes we don't do that. So Stephanie's going to share a tool with you that she uses to put herself first, and I'm so excited to hear what it is. And yeah, Stephanie, go ahead.
Thanks, Juanita. I really appreciate that. Yeah, so I was not introduced, but I guess I finally stepped into taking care of myself so that I can take better care of my family and the people around me, the past few years. And it's made a huge difference in my life and my kids' life. And one of the things that I learned, which all of us have access to anytime we want to, which is why I wanted to bring this first, is breathing. Now you might be like, oh yeah, been there, heard that. And what breathing, now a lot of us, I'd love for you to pay attention to how you're breathing now. A lot of us breathe very shallow, right? We're not deep breathing. And when we don't take those deep breaths, there's actually a lot in our body that isn't being squished and pushed the way that it needs to be working properly. So when we take a deep breath, like you can physically feel that your body is moving differently, right? So let's take a deep breath together. Everything moves up, and so we're giving our organs more space down here as we lift things up, right? So that makes a really big difference in our actual body. And the other thing too is we're going to do a little bit of box breathing, and I don't know if you've ever heard about this, but box breathing is breathing for 4 seconds in, and then we're going to hold it for 4 seconds, and then we're going to exhale for 4 seconds, and then we're going to hold that for 4 seconds. So 4 seconds for, okay. And what that does is when you can do that for a minute, it lowers your cortisol by 16 to 17%. Now, all of us, unfortunately, we have more stress than we probably think that we have. We live in, a world where no, we're not being attacked by lions, but our nervous system thinks that we are, just because of, our phones dinging, or the hustle and bustle of what this life is right now. And if we aren't taking just a few moments a day, maybe, before we eat, maybe before we go to bed, maybe before a meeting, we can do this a couple times a day, and it really doesn't take a lot of time, and the benefits from it are massive. So when we can lower our cortisol even just a little bit, a few times a day, that's going to do a lot for so many different things, for your concentration, for your sleep, for just mental health. Being present too, that's what breathing does too. Like it just brings us back to like the right here, right now, instead of the million things that are on our to-do list, right? So, okay, we're going to do a little bit of box breathing together. We're going to do this for a minute. Okay. So all we're going to do is we're going to take a deep breath in. Sorry, hold on. We'll start now. Take a deep breath in for 4 seconds. Hold for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Release. 1, 2, 3, 4. And hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to do that again. Take a deep breath in for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Release. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Release. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's do it on our own now. I'll let you all finish that last breath. Now, what I meant to do before we started was to ask you on a scale of 1 to 10 how you felt so that you could see the difference between how you felt before and how you feel now. So if you could guess what your rating was before we started that quick 1 minute of box breathing and how much better you feel now. I would say I went down about 3 notches. I just feel calmer. I forgot about my to-do list for a minute there. That felt really nice, right? So something we have access to at all times. You could be driving and you can do this, right? You're sitting at a red light and you don't even need to be sitting at a red light. I mean, just don't close your eyes like we just did. Keep your eyes open if you're driving. But it's something that you have access to at any point. You can do this while you're lying down. You can do this while you're walking. So these are this is just one of the tools that we're going to be bringing you in our hashtag me first movement. And it just really connects us to um, being the best version of ourselves so that we can pour into other people as much as we would like to, because we cannot pour from empty cups, right? It's going to deplete us if we're not already there. And so pouring into our own cups, putting our own oxygen mask on first, breathing in more oxygen is going to help us. So this is one of your first tools in the Me First movement toolbox. So I will pass it back over to Juanita. If you found this helpful, please, put a heart, put a like, put a love, um, write a comment, tag someone that you feel like could really benefit from this. And thank you all for listening.
That is so cool, Stephanie. I'm going to be using that because lots of times we just need to take a breath. You know how sometimes people say, just take a breath. Well, this breathing procedure, as you showed us, is like it really makes you stop and think, not just right? You do, and like I'm gonna use this with my grandkids too. Like, right? Just take, teach them that because I think I've never really done that before. And I think I could use that a lot of times throughout the day, even, it just gets you to feel like, whew, it's okay, right? Things are good. And you get that, fill yourself up with that part that just makes you feel less stress in that moment. And after you've done it, you just like, it's like a peace or just a calmness comes over you. So I'll be using that for sure and teaching it along the way to others. So I thank you very much for putting that in our toolbox for people to watch this and use this and try this because you'll be surprised, just as I was, how it makes you feel. So this is our very first tool that we have put in our toolbox, and we're going to be putting a tool in there every single Friday. So stay tuned for next Friday to see what else we're going to be putting in the toolbox. So I thank you so much, Stephanie, for sharing that because that's a great tool. It absolutely is.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Enjoy, everyone.
Okay. Bye-bye.